made it home, I dug her out, then I made her one of my aces. Marijuana fragrance, this tree here is outrageous. Want me to play in your city? Send an email to my agent.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today back for episode 42 of the Miami Marlins franchise here on MLB 13, the show. And today we have Game 1 of the NLCS going up against the Atlanta Braves. Now, I don't know if you caught it there, but in the, I guess right as at the menu screen or whatever, like when you're choosing your team, choosing uniforms, you may not have noticed, but this is the #1 team, the Miami Marlins, overall, against the #2 team, the Atlanta Braves, ranked overall MLB 13 the show ratings. So this is gonna be an insane matchup. Division rivals. We beat out the Braves for the division title earlier this season. We also beat the Braves last season in the NLCS, or in the NLDS, excuse me. Neither team has an over 300 hitter, but Freddie Freeman is an absolute tank in this game. I don't know if you saw his stats there, but he did say he'd have about somewhere over 40 home runs and 149 RBI, I think. So it's like crazy like that. Guy's had a crazy year. Today's pitching matchup, as you saw, there's going to be Mike Minor and David Price. You can see the teams getting introduced out on the field, getting ready for this ball game. Game 1 of the NLCS, there's Freddie Freeman right there. And as I've said before, we're going to be doing Game 1 of this series, and then every elimination game past that. See Giancarlo Stanton trying to get ready with Jorge Soler, Vinny Machado, Luis Cruz. Everybody getting really excited. They know what's on the line. The Marlins trying to make it back to the World Series for the first time since 2003. Braves trying to do the same thing for the first time since, I believe, 1998, I want to say. It's the last time they went to the World Series. Maybe 1999, I believe. If not then it was like 95 when they actually won. But I don't know. I know they won a couple times in the mid-90s. So there's manager Ron Washington, who always seems to float around in this game and get fired from teams and then get hired by other teams. You can see the Braves lineup right there. Chris Johnson, Freddie Freeman, Justin Upton, a few notables, Ricky Weeks, and Brandon Barnes. So it's the end of the lineup as well as Nate Sherhold. So it's a pretty deep lineup. Not the best. Certainly not star-powered, but it gets the job done. So anyway, Chris Johnson goes down there right there with 1 out in the first inning on the high cutter. 2 away in the inning. Here's Justin Upton up next. Price is on the hill today for the Marlins with Moore pitching Game 5. He's not going to be ready till Game 3, which would be the first game in Atlanta, so we're going to save him for then, and then he could be in line to pitch a potential Game 7, which would be actually pretty good for us. So 1 man on, Upton on the move. Brantley's throwdown is not in time, and Justin Upton is going to steal second safely, so they get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Freddie Freeman, the beast himself, is up, and Freeman's going to hit this one into center field. That's going to bloop down for a base hit. Soler comes up firing. He's got a cannon, but it's not going to get there in time. Brantley couldn't field it anyway, and it's going to be 1-0 Braves on top to start up this ball game. Evan Gattis up next, 0-0 count. First pitch of the AB is going to be popped up. Third base side foul territory. Sano is under it just near the NLCS logo, and he's going to make the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Braves strike first in the top half of the first inning. On to the bottom half for the Marlins. You can take a look at the lineup right there. Same as usual, except a little bit shifting at the bottom of the order. Kubel had originally batted 7th with Brantley 8th. We're going to swap those two and then swap Machado in for Kubel, as Kubel had been ice cold so far to start out this postseason. And Machado had a couple really big hits in the past 2 games. So anyway, Giancarlo Stanton gets on base with a 2-out single right there, trying to get a little 2-out magic of our own. Lomo up next. Lomo hits that one just past Freddie Freeman at first base. That's going to get down for a base hit. Now we got runners on first and second with 2 away. Jorge Soler up next. Mike Minor still on the mound, the 1-1 count, and it's going to hit Soler, the slider that he got. I guess he tried to go down and in on Soler, but he just lost control of it. So we're going to load the bases from Miguel Sano. You know how Sano kills lefties, right? Well, Miguel Sano to deep right field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's fair. So it is gone. Miguel Sano, a grand slam in the first inning, jumps out to a 4-1 lead. The Miami Marlins taking back that lead. Ron Washington is not very happy with this pitcher. He let that inning get away from him at 2 down, retired the first 2 guys on like 5 or 6 pitches, but just let it get away from him. 2 hits, and then he got frustrated, hit a batter. I mean, Minor had really been, he did not have his control today. I remember I didn't show in the gameplay in the episode because I don't want this video to be 19,000 minutes long, but Minor had he had 2 pitches that were in the dirt and were blocked, and you know, he was really wild today. So top 3 here, Justin Upton goes down on looking right there. David Price doing work. He did not have his A stuff today, but he was getting the job done. So bottom 3, Mike Minor still on the hill. Lomo up, and Logan Morrison's going to hit this one in deep left field. That one is back, and that one is just over the fence and into the stands right there. A solo shot for Logan Morrison, and the Marlins extend their lead to 5-1 now. Lomo does not do the best off of lefties, but he can handle himself. he's not one to sub out against the left-handed pitcher just because of the fact that he is facing a lefty. So keep him in there in the lineup, and he pays off as he's going to get that home run right there. Later in the inning, Jorge Soler up. First pitch to him. Next batter, and Soler gets hit again. Peculiar because, you know, two sliders that look like they just got away from Minor, but whatever. Miguel Sano up next. Time to make him pay. Soler, he's not happy about being hit twice so far to start out this series, so he's going to steal second base, get a runner in scoring position with just one out, and Miguel Sano up at the plate. The man with the grand slam earlier. 1-1 pitch to Miguel Sano. It's going to be jacked into deep center field. Barnes is chasing at the track. It's going to be over his head and off the wall. That is a very deep part of this ballpark. Rarely will you ever see a home run hit over that dead center field wall, but he almost did right there, so that's an RBI double for Sano. Now Rob Brantley up next. Brantley's going to hit this one into right field. That's going to get down in all the way to the wall. It will be an extra base hit. Soler will come around and score, and it's 7-1 Marlins. They have blown this game open already, and they're clearly out for blood right here as Christian Martinez is going to come on and pitch the rest of this inning. Mike Minor could not get out of the fourth inning, or the third inning, I should say. I think it's still the third. So David Price would be up later in the inning, man on third. Price hits it back up the middle for a base hit, helping out his own cause. David Price coming up big, a 2-out base hit after Machado had been retired and Brantley had moved up to third. So it's an RBI single for David Price. 8-1. Here's Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts is going to hit that one, stabbed by Ricky Weeks at second, flip onto the shortstop, and that will retire the side. So they finally get out of the inning, but it's 8-1 at this point, and here's where David Price would begin to settle in. Evan Gattis is going to hit that one just past Miguel Sano for a base hit. The Braves need to get something going quickly. Price's objective right now is just to throw a lot of strikes, go a lot of innings this game, try to save our bullpen for game 2, and see what we can do, because it's a 7-run lead, and we just, you know, we want to kind of consolidate our losses here in terms of we don't want to use up our pitching. We want Price to throw a lot of strikes, as I said, and, you know, just do what he can. So a bad decision right there, fielding, as he goes to third base to throw us offline. He hesitated too much. It was first and third with one out. Nate Scherholtz up next, and Scherholtz is going to hit that one to short. The flip to second for one. On to first. It will be not even close as Scherholtz beats it out. Slow turn right there by Solano at second. So the run does score. It's 8-2. Now the next batter is going to be Christian Martinez, the pitcher, and he's going to hit this one. It's going to be stabbed by Solano. Solano flips it onto first base, and that will retire the side. So we finally get out of the inning. Price luckily only gives up that one run. So the last two at-bats for Jorge Soler, he got hit on identical pitches, really. Surprising, to say the least. But in his third at-bat of the game, Soler in a deep left field. That one is back, and you can kiss it goodbye. That one actually bounces off that big green wall right there and back into play. Jorge Soler, you know what? I'm not going to lie. He had a little something to say on that home run right there. He does not like being hit, even if it's probably accidental, even if it was two sliders. He does not want to be hit. Minor was out of the game, so the best he could do was just jack one off of Christian Martinez. So Jorge Soler coming up big with the solo shot, and this game has turned into a home run derby right here in Miami. The Marlins are out for blood today. This is a rivalry of the biggest variety at this point in this franchise. These two teams do not like each other. Plenty of regular season matchups, couple postseason matchups now. Sano up next. Sano in a deep left field. That one's back. Can you say back-to-back home runs? I know I can. I know Sano and Soler can. Solar Power and Miguel San, yes, with the back-to-back home runs. That's probably the worst puns you're ever going to hear. But either way, that is a back-to-back solo shots. So now 2 batters later, still in the same inning, Vinny Machado is going to be up, this time with 1 out, bottom 5 still. Machado into deep center field. That one is back, and that is going to be the 3rd home run of the inning. The Miami Marlins, folks, are just absolutely pouring it on. It has turned into a home run derby, as I've said. This Braves pitching staff can do nothing to stop this team right now. Vinny Machado getting in on the action. Definitely probably the weakest hitter in our lineup outside of maybe Donovan Solano, which we might have to address in the offseason. We'll see what we do at the second base position. Maybe we'll move Solano down in the order. Not really too sure yet, but that is something we're going to address eventually. But wow, I mean, Vinny Machado doing his job right there. Not even doing past his job. I mean, that was just incredible. Coming up with a big home run. He has been so good in these postseason series right here. But Juan Jaime, Juan Jaime is going to come on and pitch for the time being. David Price, top 6, 2 away, and now 3 away. Ricky Weeks goes down by way of the K right there. That would be strike 3 to end the inning. Now bottom 6, Lomo back up. Jaime still on the mound. Lomo into deep left field. No, not another one, do we? Logan Morrison, his 2nd home run of the game. We have another home run here in Miami. This has been absolutely incredible. They are just taking it to this team, taking it to this pitching staff. I'm serious, this is still an all-star difficulty. I know I'll probably get accused of, I don't know, playing on some low difficulty, which I never really got why people would accuse stuff like that. It is what it is, but Either way, Logan Morrison, another home run, incredible, coming up big. You know, I've always kept him in that 4 hole. He probably shouldn't be there. He should probably be closer down to like 6th, but he comes up big this game. So you can see the 6th inning recap right here. It's 12-2 already. Gaddis is over 3, but he does have a run. Sano has 2 home runs, 6 ribbies, 3 runs scored himself, and David Price has got 6 strong so far. So top 7, 2 runners on, and Dalton Simmons up. Simmons goes down on the changeup. Price really got his changeup working at this point in the ball game. So that's another strikeout for David Price. Now still top 7, 2 away. Here is Chris Johnson. Johnson's going to hit this one into center field. Late jump by Jorge Soler, and that's going to end up scoring a run. As Soler's throw to home is not going to be in time, although he does have a surprisingly strong arm. Did not know that he could throw that far, but that's going to be a run scored. So it's 12-3 at this point. Justin Upton 2 count, and he's going to go down on the fastball right there by way of the K. So David Price with another strikeout. He continues to, you know, not have his best performance ever, but eat up some innings. And I think that would wrap up his day, actually. He goes 7 strong, allowing those 3 earned. So Eric O'Flaherty is going to come up and pitch for the time being. Rajai Davis is going to come on and pinch it. We already got 2 runners on at this point. Davis would come in and pinch it for, I believe, the pitcher spot, which is why Price would not continue, and he was also at like 98 pitches. So Davis hits that one to third base. There's no outs in the inning though, so that's going to score a run, and we get a guy over at third base with 1 out. Next batter is Xander Bogaerts, and Bogaerts is going to end up hitting this one into the deep short hole. That's going to be fielded by Andrelton Simmons, firing to first in time. So 2 outs lead to 2 runs. Still manufacturing runs, even though it's already 14-3 at this point. Jordan Walden's going to come in and pitch now as we get towards the bottom of the 8th inning. Trying to speed things up here. I figured I didn't need to show you every single important play at this point in the game. This game was far over, so runner at second, Rob Brantley up, and Brantley's going to end up digging that one into left field for a base hit. Upton over to field. He misfields it. Brantley's rounding first. He's going to head for second. Upton picks it up, fires into the cutoff man, and it's going to be an RBI double for Rob Brantley. So now your next batter is going to be a pinch hitter. Jason Kubel would come up and pinch hit in the pitcher spot in this bottom of the 8th inning. So Kubel, who has been ice cold this postseason, going to try and come up big right here. The first pitch of the AB to Jason Kubel is going to end up being hit back up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Brantley rounding third. Jordan Schaefer fields and fires towards home, but the throw is going to be offline and not in time. Kubel gets into second base, and he's got himself an RBI single. So it's 16-3, and just for shits and gigs, I left Jason Kubel in to pitch the 9th inning. I had Nico Lino pitch the 8th inning, and I didn't really feel like using up like Zach Lee or someone for the 9th. So I let Jason Kubel pitch, and he goes 1-2-3. Why not? We end up taking this ball game. Final score is 16-3, an absolute blowout in Game 1. A very good start to the series, a much better one than we had last series. Hopefully we can close this one out soon. That's going to pretty much wrap up this video, so I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. I'm out. Peace.